Okay, I'm going to make a simple background. First, I'm going to change the workspace to Essentials, reset it, and I'm going to make a new file. I'm going to do pixels, 1280 by 720. That's a high definition resolution. Boom, okay, and I'm going to get my pen tool out first. And let's start with the pen tool, click, click, click away. Alright, and now I have an object. With my black tool, I can select my whole object. And you can see I've got the color up here. I can change that to a green, blue, whatever. With this, the white selection tool, I can select on a point or multiple points, and I can just affect those points. And if you want to unselect, just click on the canvas. And if I want to change this a little bit, I can move this here. Now, this tool right here, this will allow you, if you have a curve, like over here I accidentally had a curve started, I can remake that a sharp point. Okay, so let's make a second object. This time I'm going to click and drag, got a handle, click and drag, second handle, click and drag, click and drag, and click and drag over here. If I put my pen, you can see that little V shape. If I put it on top of the anchor point again, click it, that's going to convert it to a straight. So a straight line, and see that little circle? That means it's completing the object. So now there's a complete object. I can click on that object, I can change the color to green. If I don't want to swatch with this selected, I can go to colors, click here, I can pick a more customized color, say something a little more blue. Okay, boom, it's done. I don't like that color, so I'm going to go back to green. Okay, now I can do the same thing, make a little tree here, just really fast, bam, bam. Okay, and so I've got sharp points. I want a curve. What I do is pull and stretch a little bit, get that curve. I can get rid of this little arrow here. Oops. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Okay, just want to go down here. I want to make a bit of a curve. And what I can do is I can hold Alt, get that curve right there, drag that into that anchor point. Then I can go over here, get a little bit of that curve there, go back up, and finish making my tree. Kind of a pathetic looking tree. I can select this, I can make it whiter. If I hold Shift, I can if I hold Shift on a corner, you can stretch it, but if I hold Shift, it constrains it, so it's the same size. Okay, and then with this tool, I can now affect just the certain points that I want to change. So I can make it a little bit more what my thing was with the handles. Got a little out of hand here, so I can just take those handles, manipulate them where I want. Whoa. Okay, and with this, if I wanted a curve, I can pull out curves. With this white arrow, I can manipulate how those curves go. The handlebars move together, but I can adjust the size of each side. With this, I can break those handlebars, and now I can manipulate them separately. So let's just undo that. Okay. So now, if I again select it with the black arrow, and change the color. And I've got a stroke here, but I don't want a stroke. I don't want a stroke on any of these. So I'll select all of them with a black arrow, stroke, no stroke. If I did want a stroke, I could add that on. I can increase the size of it, but I don't want that stroke on there. So I'll select the object, take it off. Now if I want to add some shading to this tree here, little trick I can do is I can go to this object, and then edit, copy, edit, paste in place. So there's actually two trees here now. I can select this one. Actually, first I'll make it dark. So I'll go with let's just go with black. Okay, and then I'll take this. I'll select that point there. Oops, dragging the whole thing. Click off of it. Click on just that point. Drag it over. Drag this over. Drag this over. Drag this over. And I'm going to add a point. Add a point right here. Okay, and now I'm going to drag this over. And that adds a little bit of shading to that tree. I can do a better job of that later, but right now I'm not going to worry about it. Now, if I wanted to make a little, do it like a dark green. It's like this, a little lighter green. So this one's like kind of a light. Let's go with this green. Okay. Now another trick, if I did want to add, since I have the shadow on it, if I put a stroke on it, it would have a stroke on the outside, which would look ugly. So something you can do, click on it, object, or edit, copy, edit, paste in place. Okay. Add 0 interior, and for the stroke add a black. And now we can add stroke to that. And since it's on top, it looks like it's covering all of it. Okay, so we don't need that on there anymore. If you just click here, you're going to be selecting the object underneath it since there's no interior. So to get rid of that stroke, you want to click on it. We don't need it anymore, so we'll just hit delete. That object is gone. Now this and this object are two separate objects. If we hold shift and select, we select them both together. Now what we can do is we can make those a group, an object group. And now if we just select one of them, they're both grouped together, so we'll select both of them. If you're having trouble selecting them, like we kept clicking on this background and it's getting in the way, what we can do is we can click on this, object lock selection. Now I can't select that background, and if I mask select, I'll just get this. Okay, and now that's a grouped, I can edit, copy, edit, paste, have another one, make multiple trees, but I don't want this one in front of this hill, I want it behind the hill. So what I can do is go to arrange. You've got all these options right here. Send backwards is control and a bracket. So I can keep hitting control on the bracket and send it behind that hill. And then I can shrink it down. We've got a little tree behind the hill. Another shortcut, if you hold Alt, you can click on it and make multiple copies. So holding Alt, clicking and dragging, copy, Alt, clicking, dragging, copy, Alt, clicking and dragging, copy. So we can raise those back there, can rotate it if I want. Do them in different sizes. And then you get starting to build a little forest there. Alright, next we'll build the road. So we'll click here. I'll come down here and I'll drag it, make a curve, come over here, and drag. I'll click up here and drag out that way. Then I'll hold the Alt key. And I'll get rid of this one by dragging it in there, and then I'll complete the object. And I'll choose my object selection. Let's choose a gray for that. Let's fill in the sky next. I can drag a square like this, or what I can do is I can delete that, click once, and I can type in the exact dimensions. So 1280 by 720. Okay, that's the exact dimensions that I need, but it's not aligned, so I can do is go to Window, Align. I can go to show my options on this. Align to Artboard. So I want it aligned in this area. So now, if I center it and center it directly in the middle. Now I want to send it to back, so right click on it, arrange, send to back. It's in the back. But that's not a good color, so let's look up here. It's not a good blue color. I want to go. It's still selected. Up here. Let's pick a nicer blue, like up here. So you can change this to HSB, hue, saturation, brightness. So I can lower that brightness down, increase my saturation a little bit. Alright. And okay, next thing,